This episode of Boss Rush After Dark is brought to you by, well, you. If you want to learn how to support our family of podcasts, head over to patreon.com/bossrushmedia or search for us on the Patreon app on your smart device. Thanks for helping us build something better.
What's up, party people? Welcome back to Boss Rush After Dark, the alternative podcast show for the Boss Rush Network. It's your boy, LeRon Dawkins here, back, of course, with the wonderful Stephanie Klimov. Hey.
Hey, happy After Dark Day.
You sound so much better. Oh my God, you sound
Clears
like
the
you were
bell.
on...
I know, she sounds like she's not dying this time.
You sound like you were on a deathbed with ventilators, a freaking voice box thing, and you were sounding so bad these past couple of weeks.
Yeah.
It's good to hear, like, you've got that energy back. Like, thank you.
Thanks. Yeah, no, getting sick, do not recommend. 0 out of 5 stars.
Oh, for real.
0
For
out
real.
of 5 stars.
For real. And, of course, also back with us is the one and only Corey Derrick. Hey, man.
Oh, it's good to be here. You know, I'm glad you haven't kicked me off the show yet.
Now, why would we do something like that?
Especially with all the cool stories you tell us.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
Find out more and more
It's fair.
about you.
it's fair. You know, I have a lot of stories to tell. So if you want to know something, just ask, I guess.
Yeah. So as always, it's Boss Rush After Dark. You guys kind of know how this goes. Like, we basically talk about anything that we want to talk about that's not in the same scope of all the other stuff we talk about during the week. There you go. I know I was very vague as hell, but you know what? It's episode 57 now. You guys know the drill by this point. If not, you know what? There's Patreon to like get that whole thing like settled in. You can also go to bossrush.net and see what we're all about, things like that. And those are only plugs I'm gonna do for the show because guess what? We have topics to talk about tonight.
We do.
And you know what? Pat on the back for maybe me, I don't know, but we haven't had like any crazy sex story or sex themed episodes in a while, which is good. We should diversify because
Wait,
I
I
just
thought
have.
we were talking about aliens. Are you about to tell a sex story about an alien?
No, oh my gosh, no, I'm just saying it's a good thing. Like
Avatar
a lot of our
hair
topics.
wigglers.
Oh, please stop. There is a lot of porn out there that has to do with either aliens or just tentacles in general.
Tentacle
But that
porn.
is not what I meant. Anyway.
I mean, should we bring back the sex talk? I mean, I feel like it's going to come back eventually, but
but we had a good good stretch diversifying. I'm just saying.
We have had
Yes.
that. If you want to be a Patreon producer, head on over to patreon.com/bossrushmedia and find out which tier is right for you. Our Patreon producers at the $5 tier or higher for this month are Adriel Munger, Austin Campbell, Celeste Roberts, Christian S., Sana Dierig, Francisco Santillan, and Rebecca Jewell. Thank you for your continued support.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, who's got a topic for us?
Well, apparently
Stephanie does.
Listen, I know there's already been a lot of stuff about like the US just fucking shooting shit out of the sky lately. Like first it was the Chinese spy balloon or whatever balloon, intel balloon. But then like afterwards, like there were like 3 other instances where like, oh, unidentifying flying object, which doesn't automatically mean it's an alien, but people just synonymously equate UFO to alien sometimes. And it's very unnerving. And I know the fucking media, they do it on purpose to freak the people out. Like, I know this, but it's very unnerving. Like, oh, they shot another thing out of the sky, and whoa, we don't know what it is. That's why I like stopped looking at the news for a couple days. Now, I'd like to still say it's unrelated, but it didn't help that was in the background. I was picking up my son from karate, and I like looking up at the fucking stars. I just like doing that. I live in the middle of nowhere where it's very easy to see the stars. I grew up with like dial-up internet, so the majority of time was spent outside and looking at the sky because there's nothing else to do. So I look up and I literally see a line, a very straight uniform line of what looked like stars because they're little dots of light all moving at the same time. Like, you know how at at night, other than the blinking lights, like it's an airplane can look like a star, except it moves. That's how you know it's a
Yeah.
plane versus a whatever. So imagine a bunch of those. They're all moving at the same time, at the same rate in this line. It looks like a fucking snake, like a snake light of lights just moving in the fucking sky. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? I've never seen this in my life. That's
It was
unnatural.
crazy. That video you posted was crazy. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Thank you. I feel better now. And I even got to the point where I pulled another parent aside. I'm like, listen, am I crazy? Can you just look up for a second? And they're like, oh, what's that? I'm like, okay. So turns out after like people were like, oh, you don't know it's XYZ. I'm like, well, excuse fucking me. It's the first time I've seen it. Sorry, I don't automatically know it's from SpaceX. So it's Starlink satellites from SpaceX or something. Like I Googled it. It came up. I immediately felt better. But, you know, I'm not a big like alien theorist, like, ooh, they're coming and whatever. Like I don't have an underground bunker like Independence Day, but I will admit, like, it just briefly flashed in my head, like, this is not natural, like, existing in the natural state of the world. Like, there's no natural phenomena that does that, okay? It just doesn't exist. I'm not aware of anything that does that, so I thought, "What if?" Just what if? I'm like, "No, no, no, don't go there, don't go there." But what if? What will happen if right now fucking, like, lasers shoot out of it and I'm in the middle of a parking lot in my hometown? Like, what would I do? So I guess this is kind of the topic. I don't know, like, Corey, if you want to elaborate, like, we're not debating the existence of aliens. It's more like, what the hell
No.
would we even do if
What?
something happened?
Yeah. Plus, like, are these like okay? So are these like Men in Black aliens where they like eat the insides of your body and just live as you for the rest of your life, or their life? I guess not yours because you're dead. Or is this like Independence Day where they have like these big saucers and they just blow up cities at will because they can? Like, you know,
I'm
or,
sorry.
where's
Anytime we talk about aliens, like the first thing my head always goes to is xenomorphs. So yeah, like we're dead. It doesn't matter. We're dead.
yeah. Well, yeah. Well, then
What?
the predator comes, and then we're just all fucked.
Yeah.
So
Well,
we're definitely meat at that point.
yeah,
but I would like to think, not to, turn this into more of a boring science experiment, but if I would like to think that if an alien life force were to ever come visit Earth, they'd have to be fucking intelligent enough to have created all that technology to come here, first of all. Okay.
hmm
Second of all, I would like to think that, well, actually, we wouldn't know. We'd have to think about motives, right? If it's a malicious motive, it would be probably for our resources. But then I kind of make the joke, us humans, we've almost already depleted our resources. So like they can keep dragging.
Oh, we still have plenty of water.
Okay, shh. Well, actually, what alien related
well,
movie had to do with aliens taking up the water? Is that the Tom Cruise one? Live, Die, Repeat, or some weird shit like that? No, not that movie.
No. Edge of Tomorrow was a great movie though. I enjoyed
Edge of
that
Tomorrow.
movie.
Is that the one where they were sucking up all the water?
I don't think water had anything to do with it. I think they were just trying to exist on our planet, and we were in the way. I think
Okay.
if I remember correctly.
we were.
But remember, I don't know. See, I'm old. Remember that TV show V with the giant
Yeah.
lizards? Yeah,
They
were
tried to
here
remake it.
Yeah, which I enjoyed that remake by the
Well,
way.
it had what's her face from Firefly.
Exactly, Miranda Bachman. Yes.
Yeah, I always forget
Yeah.
her name. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. When we get to celebrity
but
crushes, man, she's gonna be on that list.
oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. Oh, she was high on my celebrity. She still is high on my celebrity crush list. But yeah, like the visitors from that series, they're about our water and about us too, because like they were eating us.
Ew.
Yeah. Oh man, like it's crazy. Just look up V
No.
guinea pig.
No, no, I will not do that. I will not do
Yeah.
that. Listen, if aliens want to come down and eat us, I'm gonna be like, look at the shit that we're eating. Do you want that in your bodies?
Oh, it's probably seasoning for them.
You mean red dye number 4? That's seasoning? Come on.
It's giving us that distinctive flavor. Like this human has a unique taste that I don't think we're going to be able to get anywhere else.
You're telling me
think
that
about-
aliens
think about the people.
they will travel billions of light years away just to get a snack?
Yeah.
I guarantee you that one person that eats Chick-fil-A for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Oh man, they're a fucking feast for alien that will eat us. They are.
Look, I've traveled pretty far for snacks before, so I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Well, then this would be a perfect time for me to go vegan. I would assume I would taste terrible if I was a vegan, right? Right?
Probably. Actually, you would taste clean. You would probably be the chicken of the human race. Yeah, well, the thing about alien invasions, I don't know. I'm one of those people that I feel like there's not a higher form of life, but a different form of life out there and stuff like that. And because I'm a Trekkie and all this stuff, which by the way, when we go to bed tonight, I wake up tomorrow morning, there's brand new Star Trek on. Oh my god!
Oh my gosh!
This is a long hiatus.
What have you been doing? Why aren't you resting up so you can get up early to watch?
I think I will get up early in the morning. I really think I will. I think I'm gonna try. I think I'm gonna try to be up early because I do have an 8:15 business meeting. So I think I'm gonna be up early enough to watch my new episode of Star Trek and get prepared for the workday. And
To be fair, I got up early 4 days last week to play Hogwarts Legacy. So
yeah. I don't usually get up early in the morning to watch to play video games. I do get up early enough in the morning to watch stuff like Star Trek. As a matter of fact, whenever the new Star Trek and the new Star Wars is on and stuff like that, I'm using and the new Marvel TV shows, with the exception of the stuff that's been out recently, I usually get up in the morning and watch them before work.
Yeah. By the way, side tangent. Did you see that Kevin Feige came out and said? So, was it one of you that posted it in the?
It was me. It was me.
Yeah.
I sent it to you guys, and he's like, oh, I think there are too many Marvel TV shows.
Yeah. I wonder if that's a Disney decision and not exactly a Marvel decision at this point.
Yeah. But so yeah, I'm one of those people I'm actually waiting for us to make contact with a different life form that's not from this planet and stuff like that. And Stephanie's like, nope.
It's not a smart idea. Why are we trying so hard?
I don't think everything that could possibly come to our planet is trying to is trying to malign us. I don't feel like that. I'm pretty sure there are some things that would come this way and they don't deserve this planet because look what they're doing, and they would try to fuck our shit up. But there's other ones what, these motherfuckers need help.
I find that hard to believe, and maybe it's because we are part of the human race, because if we had the technology to go visit other fucking planets with alien life, guess what we humans are going to do?
We're colonizers.
We're going to fuck them up. We're going to ruin their lives, kill them, eat them, do worse things. I don't even and I think that's because of that. I'm like, either we don't deserve or we just, I can't, it's hard for me to think any other life form would want to do anything nice with us. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I hear you.
At most, maybe just leave us alone. Let us destroy ourselves in peace. But yeah, I just don't know why we here on Earth, we are just so desperate to be in contact with whatever. No, can we just mind our own business and focus on our own fucking problems?
My problem is that I feel like we're as far as our evolution goes, we're still too childlike. We we're destroying all of our toys just because we can, and we don't realize that our toys are what's going to sustain us. And when I say toys, I'm talking about the planet, the environment, our living situation, our fellow human beings and stuff like that. We are literally that fucking bad 4-year-old that every time he gets a new GI Joe, the arms, the legs, the head is ripped off of it and stuff like that. He's got freaking like cigarette lighter burning the wax down off the torso and all that stuff. That's humanity, in my opinion. That's the way we are. We're stepping. We're not even stepping on each other's backs to get ahead. We're stepping on their necks, compacting their heads into our bodies through our shoulders and stuff like that. Just to think that just to make ourselves and individuals feel better compared to somebody else and things like that. And it's stupid and it's bullshit. Look at the stuff that we deal with right now when we hear anything about Congress. We hear anything about Republicans versus Democrats. Everyone's always trying to one up each other and stuff like that. And I'm a Democrat. Democrat feels like more the party for the people, but still, there's still ulterior motive in everything the fucking Democratic Party does.
No one's a party to the people.
Yeah,
they're a party to their.
Yeah. Yeah, so I feel like we need to get lucky. We might get lucky, and there will be an alien race that comes down. Is like, whoa, like, look at this shit, fix it right now. We're gonna show you how to do it.
And you know
And
what's
guess
gonna
what?
happen? And one of the
What?
governments is gonna try and fucking blow them up because they're threatening to them, and then the
Or
aliens are like,
take
"Okay, fuck you."
Will it
or
be
either try
us
to
or
blow.
will it be like someone like China or Russia or something?
I don't know.
We'll
Could
either,
be anyone.
we'll either try to blow them up or try to take their fucking technology, which
Yep.
is even worse. Because we're all about reverse engineering some shit, right? So we're gonna reverse engineer the wrong fucking thing and fry the planet any fucking way.
Yeah. And then we won't be able to get off the planet in time.
Yeah. So like I'm two sides of the spectrum. Either an alien race is going to visit us and they're going to help us fix our shit and get our shit together, or an alien race is going to show up here and they're going to like tentacle rape us through our throats and chest
God.
bursters come out of us and like that thing is going to form like another life form that just tries to eat everything else and impregnate them. So, yeah.
Okay, so if that's the scenario, I will. It's not. I'm not really joking about it either. I will literally end my life before that happens.
Right? Yeah. I'm gonna
really
be that
dark.
person. I'm gonna be up at 6:30 in the morning watching the news, and I'm gonna hear about this, and I'm like, they're what? They're doing. They're who? Goodbye. Goodbye. I'm gonna take the shortest walk off the deepest cliff I can find. Because I'm telling you, like I told you guys, like I had night terrors when I was a kid because I fucked around and watched Ridley Scott's Alien when I had no business watching it, and it is my irrational fear about exotic forms of life that do not exist on this. Hell, like it doesn't even have to not exist on this planet. Like shit, like there's a reason why I don't fuck around the ocean.
Yeah, have you seen some of the animals in the ocean? Jeez, nobody wants that shit.
I'm like, and we share the same DNA with those things. So just imagine the stuff that we don't share, like DNA and like carbon molecules with. Think what they're going to do to us.
Pass.
Yeah. Well, whatever it is, if it ends up being more of a if there's ever a contact and if it ever is malicious intent, we won't be able to stand a chance. There's no happy ending like in Independence Day. We're fucked.
Stephanie's gonna see it. Stephanie's gonna see a ship in the sky, and she's gonna turn to Bill from The Last of Us. She's gonna fucking hunker down. She's gonna wait for the rest of the city to evacuate, and then she's gonna live in the city by herself with her and Nico. She's gonna make Nico's gonna turn into a freaking wonk. It's gonna be crazy.
We're gonna need Randy Quaid to homing himself up into the middle, and we're gonna need Will Smith to
Corey and I are
either
gonna be
slap one of the aliens or say welcome to Earth. So yeah.
While Stephanie's like bunkered down in a house, like never turning on the lights and stuff, Corey and I are gonna be like playing radio, like playing songs on the radio to each other, just to make sure each other is alive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't even want visitors. Go away.
Corey's going to turn the radio. He's going to hear the Super Mario jingle. He's like, okay, LeRon's okay. LeRon's okay. And then Corey's going to turn, and I'm going to turn the radio on, and he's going to be playing like the freaking, like the music from Metroid when you have to get the fuck out of the base before it blows up. And I'll be like, oh, fuck, Corey's in trouble.
Essentially, yes, you are correct.
You know how I'm going to be just like Bill? I have... hold on. I have Outdoor Life, the Ultimate Survivor Manual, Bradley Disaster Preparedness Handbook, SAS Survival Handbook, and there's one from the military that I don't know where it is right now, but I do have one that's written by the military.
He's like the female version of Stoy.
I don't know why I ended up having like 5 survival books in my house. I must have just bought them all at different times thinking, oh, this might come in handy.
So what we're saying is Stephanie's the most equipped to take on it,
right? Like obviously Corey and I we're the dumb ones on this podcast tonight.
Dude, I hate being outside. I don't even know how to camp correctly. What am I gonna do against an alien?
Exactly. Like, how the fuck am I going to live in the wilderness if the city can't survive?
That's
What the fuck am I going to do? Stephanie's going to be in her bunker and she's going to hear a knock on the door. And she's going to look and like, why is LeRon at my front door? Why
right.
does he look like a ragged mess?
Yeah.
I walked all the way to Massachusetts to come live with you because, like, you will take care of me.
Take care
I'm like,
of
all right,
me.
I'm going to teach you how to go hunting. We're going to go hunting here.
You know what's bad? I'm ex-military and I'm trained for that stuff. I don't know how to hunt and survive for myself. Not like that. Like, I know how to shoot a gun, but I don't know how to clean kill like an animal to live off of it and shit and fuck even clean killing. What the fuck am I gonna do trying to skin it? And no.
Oh no! When I made that joke, I know nothing about that. Listen, I'm skeeved out by ticks. All right, you think I'm going to be able to do this without thinking about ticks?
Yo, like an ant being in my house damages my calm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be out there in the woods with all these other insects. No.
Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. My wife is the one that kills all the bugs in this house. Okay.
No. You guys don't understand. Like the neighborhood I live in, like we've got a lot of like trees and stuff like surrounding our neighborhood and stuff like that. As a matter of fact, our backyard basically borders like a tree line and stuff like that. And I have this irrational fear that one night I'm a be coming home from my boyfriend's place and stuff like that. It's gonna be dark as hell outside, and there's gonna be a fucking bear in my backyard. Mm-hmm. I have those type of irrational fears. So
there was a bear in my parents' backyard over the summer.
Oh god damn!
Aw, so cute.
Brown or black?
I don't know. Big, scary.
Because aren't the black bears the dangerous ones? I'm so stereotyping right now.
Yes, the black ones are the most dangerous. Shoot them on sight, as white people say where I live.
No. You better make sure you shoot the right spot because you're just gonna piss it off.
Mm-hmm. But see, I'm like all fucked up where I'm like, oh, bears are cute, but I can't stand ticks. Like I won't be able to handle ticks. I see one tick on me and I'll flip the fuck out.
No, I'm like we actually have deer and stuff that like come into the neighborhoods and stuff like that. And I kid you not, one afternoon like I was going to my car for something and a deer was like the way our driveway is, we have a couple of rose bushes and stuff like that. So they come up to the yard to eat the roses off the bush and stuff like that. And so one day I'm just walking out of the garage to get to the car and stuff, and there's a deer right there like chowing down on the rose bush and scared the shit out of me. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah. And the deer's looking at me like, you good, bro? Like, what? Like, get the fuck out of my yard.
Well, speaking of animals, good. The aliens can eat all the deer. There's an overpopulation of deer.
Yeah.
No. What? The food chain. They always go for the top of the food chain, and guess what? We're the most evolved. We're the most.
Lions are at the top of the food chain. They eat us.
Lions are at the top of the food chain as long as we don't have a gun.
Yes. Oh man. So yeah, aliens. We're likely, if we ever make contact, we'll likely die.
They're probably living amongst us. It's probably like the Arquillians in the Men in Black.
Yeah,
you know, like they're living amongst us. Like, man, look at these fools.
Yeah, we're definitely in a Men in Black situation and not a.
Anytime I see kids,
I feel like it's more like you poor pathetic things.
No, because we're. I know anyone that's listening to this right now is thinking like, man, LeRon just hates people and stuff like that. But nah, I definitely believe in Darwinism, like evolution and all that stuff. You know, like I believe in more, and I believe in creationism. Like, I'm not saying creationism doesn't have its place, because like there are some times where I ask the question, like, you know, like how are us as organisms so sophisticated that, you know, like our bodies do this thing in the way that it does and stuff like that. So, you know, there's sometimes there's a question like, is this grand design or is this all just a fluke of fucking nature? Because guess what? We're, as humans, like our bodies perform just about the same as like most other animals on this planet, with the exception of invertebrates and stuff like that, you know. But you know, like and then also like I get into a tailspin real fast because my boyfriend and I we watched Spoiler Alert last night, the Jim Parsons movie. That's biographical about Michael Osceola and his husband. And human bodies the human body is a fucking walking horror show. Because like Michael Osceola's husband, like died of a very malignant form of colon cancer and stuff like that. You know, um, I just read, and I almost shared it with you guys last week, but I just read a thing about this woman. You know, every time she'd have sexual intercourse, or every time she'd go get like a procedure stuff something done, like like it was excruciating pain for her, in her vaginal area and stuff like that. Guess what, guys? She was a few months pregnant, and like, oh, she'd gone to doctors, for years and stuff, trying to figure out, because maybe she was thinking maybe she's just one of those people that like get super frustrated, anxious, when it comes to penetrative sex and stuff like that, things like that, right? So she's a few months pregnant. As a matter of fact, I think she was like 3 months out to bringing the baby to term and stuff. A doctor finally figured out what was wrong with her. She had this thing that, like in layman's terms meant she had two vaginas, but basically she had a membrane. She had a membrane that basically bisected her vagina, So like, just think it's like a hymen, except instead of it being like, like in the back of the vagina and like, like horizontal, like she had one that was vertical going through her and stuff like that. So
Whoa.
anytime like she was trying to have sex with a guy, like he'd put it in and for lack of a better word, he was trying to kill her for stuff like that, and stuff like that. And I was like, oh hell no! I was like, I don't even know what I would do in that situation. I don't know what I'd do in that situation. Trying to have sex, like trying to get pap smears, because I know about those. Trying to get pap smears, examinations, all stuff. And I sure as hell would have fucking died. Like when the doctor tells me that, hey, this is what's wrong with you, and we're about to fix it. I'm like, no way. It's like those TikToks. Shut up! It is not. Shut up! It is not. It's like that because, and then like they because I read the whole thing and they're like, yeah, like if she had given birth, it would have killed her.
Wow.
I would assume then she went with a C-section.
No. They actually separate the membrane.
Okay.
They actually separate the membrane. She healed up. In the time it took for her to like, get the pregnancy full term and stuff, she healed up enough that I think she was able to have the baby naturally. I did not see anything about C-section, so I'm assuming she had the child.
Wow. Well, at least that had a good ending.
Oh, because yeah, she did confirm that she's able to have sex pain free now. So so I'm pretty sure she probably delivered that child.
Mm-hmm.
Probably been the only child. If it was me, it would be the only child I delivered. Mm-hmm. She would be like, nope, no more. We're adopting, or that's it.
Shop's closed. Well, speaking of Darwinism, and I'm not talking about like her as an example. I'm more talking about the fact that I don't like people because there are a lot of idiots in this world. I don't think Darwinism works anymore. I believe in it, and I believe that's that. Well, I believe in it, but I'm just saying we've become, in a sense, such a sophisticated society that we're keeping the idiots alive, and the idiots are breeding.
Yeah,
Just saying. Darwinism isn't really working.
I can count on both hands the number of times where I've had like conversations with people when I tell them like I believe in like the survival of the fittest law, like natural selection, all that stuff. Like we literally have people here walking this planet that should not have been living as long as they have. And I'm not even saying that to be mean, I'm not saying that to be mean, like I wonder, like if I have a child and I learn that before the child is even here on this planet, that this child is going to have birth defects that are going to make them suffer for the rest of their life. I literally wrestle with myself, like sometimes thinking, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Because like I don't like seeing people suffer. And that's the crazy part. As much as I would love my child, I do not know if I could live seeing them suffer and stuff like that.
True. But even with like physical illnesses, and I know not all physical ailments can be cured, but our medical advancements can really take care of a lot of physical things. So at least with my argument, it's more again the the idiots, because medicine can cure most physical ailments. You can't cure a fucking idiot. And if a
You can't
fucking idiot has
spin.
like 6 kids and neglects them, or abuses them, or
Yeah.
does something horrible, then you just raised, not to their fault, probably non-contributors to society, and they'll repeat the cycle times 6.
Which is why like it bothers me when religious people say this is God's plan. I'm like, I don't know if God really intended for every single individual human being to suffer. I don't. I can't believe it. Like true, Adam and Eve, like like they reaped what they sowed right there. But you're telling me every other descendant from Adam and Eve were made to suffer? That makes zero sense, zero logic to me. It doesn't. I'm sorry, and the religious people, you guys can come after me, hey, you can find, hey, check the show notes, you know where to find me. I'm just saying we can have this conversation, but I just feel like, like for every conversation I've had about God and creationism and all this stuff, and how they always say God loves us all and stuff like that, and he does not want us to suffer. If he does not want us to suffer, why are we suffering? Why are people getting raped? Why are children getting abused? Why like so so much crazy stuff. That's why I've always been more of a person of science and stuff like that. Like,
Well,
Turkey had that horrendous fucking earthquake and stuff like that. And like if you're gonna tell me like it's part of God's plan, I need to know how this plan works.
I mean, speaking from a point of view where I'm both
Man, we're going all over the place, aren't we?
That's
Who
fine. It's
cares?
nice and
It's fine.
organic. As someone who actually kind of loves to straddle both science and religion, while I
Mhm.
can't explain away, genetic deformities and natural disasters, my one quote unquote, I won't even call it an argument, my one statement about like, if well, the term God's plan kind of is sits a little weird with me even as a Catholic, but as far as describing why bad things happen in the world, I would say a certain percent, not all of it, we do to ourselves. It's
Yes.
the rapists, the killers, it's by another human, it's not the guy upstairs. That doesn't, like,
Yeah.
justify and say it's okay, and I still can't explain away why good people die of cancer. I still can't explain that away. So I'm definitely not trying to, necessarily go against in an argument way with that, LeRon, but it's more like,
Mhm.
unfortunately, a lot of the bad shit happens has been caused by our own selves. And
That's
and
true.
and
Yeah, I
unfortunately,
I
some
agree.
people like to blame others or things, but no, can't explain away the earthquake. That's just fucking horrible. Just in
Yeah, I
general.
mean, like scientifically, I know what happened. Like,
Yeah, well,
like the Earth tectonic plates were moving, and it got to a point where like it just crashed, amongst each other and stuff like that. We also know like all these people died because of there has been proven now that there was negligence in like the infrastructure. The people who built the houses and the roads and all this stuff. They know just like the bullshit that was going on during the World Cup, all that fucking impropriety and all that stuff. Come on, and just like Stephanie said, we do it to ourselves. We do it to ourselves. Like like there's we're greedy, fucked up individuals, and like we don't worry about each other. We worry about ourselves.
yeah. So you hear that, aliens? If you're listening to the Boss Rush After Dark, no need to
These
come
three
over
people
and
right these no these three people right here are cool.
yes, but just overall, no need to come here and blow us up or eat us. Just keep moving because we're not worth it.
Yeah.
Hey! Did you hear about that piece of the sun that broke off?
Something like that. Again, I scrolled by because I'm like, I don't want to have more nightmares.
Wait,
Listen,
what happened?
Okay, so this thing it's kind of common actually. Like if you look it up, it's called a solar prominence. Like you've probably seen pictures like in books about space and all that stuff, where you see like a ring or a loop on the
Hmm.
surface of the sun and stuff like that. It's called
Yeah.
solar prominence. Apparently, this happens when a fragment of the sun kind of breaks off and stuff like that.
Right.
And because like the sun has such a heavy orbit, it breaks off and it immediately like circles back on itself.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, but now Stephanie's like, oh my god, solar flare. This probably explains what the fuck was going on with the internet the last 5 days. Like, because man, the internet has been fucking crazy. And I was jokingly saying like, oh yeah, man, China's paying us back for shooting down that first weather balloon. I'm like, we're suffering a very mild DDoS attack because let's look at the timeline of events here. Let's see. We shoot that damn thing down. Twitter goes down. Facebook and Instagram aren't acting right a couple days later. The internet's slow everywhere. Something was going on.
Yeah.
Man.
Sure. Yeah. Aliens.
You know what? Someone's probably listening to this right now. Like they're like, man, LeRon is a wonk. He can never talk shit about Bernie Sanders anymore.
Look, this is Patreon's #1 show. Okay. So.
Yeah.
Listen, my son to this day is still making fun of my reaction to the string of lights in the sky. He goes, "Mommy, remember when you saw in the sky and you were scared?" I'm like, "Shut up." He's like, "Well, I think it's cool." I'm like, shut up.
Actually, you know what? I can share something really real fast, and I think we need to take this topic out. When I was like 15 or 16, I remember I was at my grandma's house, and it was a really cloudy, overcast night. Like I was like sometimes the clouds are so low that it looks like if you jump high enough, you can reach them and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. The clouds were low, and I was out in the backyard because my grandma's house and my aunt's house are kind of on the same property. So I accidentally muted my mic. I'm sorry. So my grandma's house and my aunt's house are almost share the same property line. So it's really easy just to walk across the yard, go to one house or the other. And so I was walking back to my grandma's house, and I was looking up in the sky. The sky, like I said, the sky was so just clouds everywhere. You couldn't see a break in the clouds anywhere. And as I'm walking, I see this light that I thought was a street light. I see this light just moving a straight line and disappears. And what the hell is that? I'm like, and I just start walking faster, because guess what? Across the street from my grandmother's house is a giant ass cornfield.
Oh, LeRon.
So I just walk my ass as fast as I can into the house, lock all the doors and stuff, say goodnight to everybody. I do not pass go, do not collect 200, and went straight to fucking bed. I can't remember how old I was. I want to say I was either 15 or 16, but I saw that shit and I was like, as much as I love Star Trek and shit, not today.
Oh gosh!
Wow.
Now if I see it, I'm gonna be that dumbass is just standing still staring at it, oh. But when I was a kid, I had common sense.
Oh yeah, as adults we're like, hey, let's take out our phone and videotape it, like I did.
Wow.
Elon Musk got you, Stephanie.
I know.
Got him.
Okay. We're done with this topic.
Yeah, that was a good topic, though. Aliens. They're real. They're among us.
There's so many sound clips you can get from the last 30 minutes alone, Corey.
I mean, I'm working on trying to get YouTube Shorts up on our channel, so,
See, now I'm going to have nightmares of aliens tonight because let me tell you, LeRon, probably because of the show, because I've played The Last of Us before, I'm having nightmares about trying to survive a horde of infected. I'm having nightmares.
I'm sorry. No. You need to play Alien Isolation and then Dead Space Remake.
No, me watching Markiplier's playthrough of Dead Space has now told me that I don't need to play it.
Yo, he screams at the slightest thing. I've been watching it too. It's hilarious.
Yeah, I was hoping by injecting humor into it would give me the courage to play it on my own, but no, I'm like, I don't think I can do this.
I thought, I thought I was a big bitch because, I was literally playing Dead Space before we started the Boss Rush podcast, and I was getting very emotive. As I'm being attacked and stuff like that, some of it was like, oh shit, what the fuck? And some of it's like, man, fuck you. You don't sneak up on me like that. Wow. It's the spectrum of being brave and being scared.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Oh man. All right. What's the other topic? What are we doing? What's the other
Something
topic?
Similar. AI?
Oh yeah, AI.
No, that one just gives me rage. So someone else please start talking.
LeRon, you go first because we kind of already talked about it in the chat that we kind of read each other's minds.
All right, so and I have some fun. I have some funny things to say about this too. All right, so like right now, if anyone's been paying attention to the news and stuff like that, like the whole, like we've got this whole boom of AI right now going on, but a lot of it is being used in very perverse ways. I say that, I say it nicely, because like for every instance of Chat GPT we've got going on, we've got like deep fakes and stuff like that, and the definition of a deep fake basically is a computer generated, like fake imagery or whatnot, or video most times. That's basically designed to look as real as possible. Like just think anytime you've been on like it's an Instagram reel or TikTok where like it's showing like LeBron James, but it's LeBron James with Thanos' body, and he's got the Infinity Gauntlet, stuff like that. That technically is a deep fake, but not like the serious deep fakes, because like right now we've got this thing going on where man like we're like celebrities, influencers, and stuff are finding themselves being deep fake, through porn.
That's
and
gross.
and the crazy part is it looks so realistic that you have to you stop and you think for a second, like, did this person's nudes just leak or what? Because like it's getting that good to the point where we can't see the distinction between like where their head and body, like where their head and neck ends and the fake body begins and stuff like that. There's I can't remember her name because like I don't have it written down in part of the script, whatnot. But basically like she's kind of like the face of it right now, because like some stuff went out, and basically like one of the things that you can see in there is like, you know what, I'm not even going to try to be like, like diplomatic about this. Like there's a deep fake of her like literally getting railed, and stuff like that. And basically, some people came back that knew her, like, hey, okay, number one, is this you? Number two, did you make a sex tape and stuff like that? And she was like, what? Hell no. Like it's who was
It was Pokemon.
I was no, not Pokemon. No.
Oh, well, there's one of her too.
Who won streamer of the Game Awards? Who won the content creator of the year? Because it's his girlfriend.
Oh God, I don't know.
Yeah, it's his girlfriend. Like whoever's listening, like if you know who I'm talking about, just hit us, just slide in our DMs and remind us who that person is, and I can remember who his girlfriend is. Y'all knew it, but basically, like, it's a big fucking deal. And what's funny about this is because like Corey, I think Corey was reading my mind, or he was reading my journal or whatnot. Because as I was getting ready for this show, like I want to talk about this tonight, and then Corey kind of like scooped me on this, but it's no big deal.
Well,
because
we've been talking a lot about GPT at work,
yeah,
and how like it's being used, and how like it's just gathering all this information. And then I saw, obviously, like Windows is kind of implementing it into Bing and some other things that they're doing, right? And Jez Corden of Windows Central was kind of talking about it the other day too. And it's like, this is a pretty big topic right now across the board, not just for like porn, but for like other things. Like, I don't know, students are using it to write term papers and other other things. It's crazy. And like deep fakes are becoming incredibly popular and easy to do now, right? Like that technology's out there. This stuff's just like crazy.
Yeah, let me keep let me
Yeah.
keep my comments quick and dirty, because I have very strong and very clear feelings about this. Both that shit is unnecessary, and I fucking hate them. First of all, there's actually zero need for deepfake. Absolutely zero, and it can actually harm people's lives, especially speaking as a female. Not that I'm ever
Mhm.
important enough that someone would do that of me, but if someone, for whatever reason, decided to just like, well, I like Steph's face and I'm gonna put her in a fucking porn with a woman with huge tits or something. Like, imagine if that got around, and I could still either like lose my job or like something, like
Mm-hmm.
that, like the, it's very damaging, and it's scary as a female that my reputation or any other female's reputation can be ruined just because some sick fucking pervert can't just watch a regular porn. Okay, there's like
Right. There's enough
millions.
porn out there that you don't need to fake your own.
Exactly, and the sad part is you don't even have to fucking pay for it.
Yeah, so fuck any of you out there that are using that and doing that, and also with the Chat GPT and the lazy fucking kids that don't even want to write a stupid 5-paragraph essay that I had to do as a kid. No, and I'm sorry, I know that there might be good chat GPT can do, but it's not necessary. I'm sorry. It's not like they invented a fucking cure for cancer. Both of things should be put in a fucking spaceship, launched into space to our alien friends so they can fucking destroy it. Okay, I'm making it very clear. I hate both those things. They don't need to exist. I know they exist and they're going to continue to exist, but I hate them. Okay, I'm done.
No, good way to go. I look at it in a couple of I look at it on a couple of levels here. We want to talk about like as far as the future of entertainment, video games, of course the law and aspects of life. Talking about aspects of life real quick. If I wake up one day and I see some deep fake of me like in some sexual situation and whatnot, I'm just gonna be like, man, what the fuck ever, But maybe it's because I'm a guy, and like where I'm at in my life, it can't damage me but so much, like I can turn around and be like, look, this is obviously fake. I don't look like that. I can take off my clothes right now and you can see I don't look like that. And things of that nature and stuff like that. Now, one thing I will say though is, and the reason why I'm this cavalier about it is because I made this in this day and age of the internet and stuff like that. I have like a really big digital footprint and stuff like that. I've said I've said this before to like friends and stuff at parties and stuff like that. I was like, if my nudes ever leak, I'm just gonna fucking own them, like. I was a stupid ass on the internet. Like technically I still am a stupid ass on the internet
But
and stuff like
but
that.
that's your own nudes. Like you
Yeah,
took them and it is you. That's fine. I
no,
don't
I
want
would
some
love.
fucking pervert to make one up of me. Leave me alone.
Oh, I would love to see like someone slap this on top of Idris Elba's body or something. I would love to see it. Now that I've said that, someone's gonna do it.
I mean, I have Photoshop open right now if you really want me to do it.
I mean, I think
But
part of it might be because I do feel like guys would probably take that a bit more in stride.
you know what?
But
You're right.
I just
You're
it just from and not maybe I can't say I represent all females either, but I get this gross predatory feeling, and being in a former assault situation, it just feels
Mhm.
like I don't know, it just feels like a violation of
Oh
something
yeah. Oh
about me.
no. I get it because like there would still be a part of me that's like, man, like it's fucked up. Someone just did this shit, right? And that brings us into the part about like the law and aspects of life, right? Here's here's something I think about. How like right now like the stuff that the stuff that we do on the internet can easily get us terminated from our jobs, like vilified in our communities and our neighborhoods and stuff like that, like much worse and stuff like that. But if stuff like this is going to happen, we're going to have to change the way as lawmakers and law providers are going to have to change the way they look at things and stuff like
Mm.
that because for example you know what? I'll use myself as an example. I'm basically a vice president for the company I work for. I got promoted a few months ago to managing partner, and
Woo.
like I basically, besides the fact that I was already running the show, like now I have like stake in the company and stuff like that. So like if something like this were to come up and stuff like that, yeah, like I will probably be having a very uncomfortable conversation with my partner. But because he is also in tech, because like he's the person that hired me for this job and then showed me the ways of how to like do the job and all that stuff. He also I'm 99.99% positive he'd be all like, oh, this is fucking fake as shit, whatnot. And then he and I would both, find a way to address this, and let our customers and clients know that, hey, like this is something that's not real. and things like that. I think, like if this is going to become like a thing that's going to like take over our lives and stuff, like the way corporate, public, civil, and private law are going to have to change because people should not be able to lose their jobs because like they have an OnlyFans account because it's the only way they can feed their kids at home, stuff like that. People should not be able to lose their jobs because like, hey, like this girl I thought I was dating asked me for a picture, and then all of a sudden she maliciously turned around and revenge porned my ass, and stuff like that. they're going to have to change the way things are done, because guess what? Pretty soon the lines are going to get so blurred that we're not going to be able to prove what's true and what's false.
Yeah.
We're not going to be able to, so like that. Just like I'm pretty sure this AI stuff with Chat GPT and stuff like that is going to get to the point where it's going to be hard to distinguish, because like, yeah, I see it also as a cheat tool, but at the same time, it can also be a learning thing, because like, for example, like people who have like learning disorders where like like words don't come to them as quickly, or they have dyslexia and stuff like that. This stuff can help them like get their assignments done. They understand the assignments, but they can't always articulate it, in a way that teachers and, people who grade their papers and stuff like that. That's just one example though. Entertainment. There's always going to be an audience for shit like this. And unfortunately, as long as there's an audience for shit like this, like we're going to see like deep fake porn, we're going to see deep fake movies, And when I say deep fake movies, I mean like, like what if we recast the Avengers as, like completely different people,
Yeah.
stuff like that, like
well,
it's
we're already kind of seeing stuff like that anyway too, right? Like James Earl Jones signed his voice rights over to Disney to use an AI for Darth Vader and Mufasa and like any future projects that they feel like his voice would be fit, right? And
Wow.
we saw that with Luke
which is
Skywalker.
cool as shit, by the way.
It is, and I there's gonna have to be contractual agreements around that kind of stuff, and I mean, we saw that with Luke Skywalker and The Mandalorian, right? Like, I mean, that's stand-in for Luke Skywalker in the Book of Boba Fett, not necessarily The Mandalorian. That looked kind of bad, but the one in Book of Boba Fett looked incredibly real.
Yeah.
And that's scary. And I mean, obviously Mark Hamill stood in and did the voice and all these other things, but like James Earl Jones' voice,
man,
was
why can they have gotten that tech right for Princess Leia in Rogue One?
Yeah, right. That seems like something Disney will go back and fix, right? I feel like now.
Oh yeah, because this is LucasArts we're talking. Well, Lucasfilm we're talking about.
It's not like LucasArts is a stranger to fixing problems, right? But even like in Obi-Wan, that was Hayden Christensen doing all the Darth Vader voice lines. It was AI'd of James Earl Jones. He did a couple samples for them to use, right? But like, that was Hayden Christensen playing Darth Vader with James Earl Jones' voice. Like,
yeah, I want some of that cool vocal modulation stuff. I really do. I really do. Like I would give myself a British or Irish accent so fast with vocal modulated stuff.
LeRon,
you wouldn't be able to
stop. Father.
Or just an Australian accent, because we know Australian accent can get really dirty.
Oh, man. Yeah, this stuff's scary. It's like it's really interesting, but it's also scary.
And
I think like if it's used in the right ways, like it could be really interesting. But like there's too many people out there that will abuse the technology, and it's just
As an author, I'm kind of like, why bother writing anymore? People can now use this AI to write better novels than a real human can, which can be true. So you know what? After I'm done writing my books, I'm not going to write books anymore. Like this is the I'm very pessimistic about this. Clearly, I just feel like
I'm going to play around with Chat GPT. Ooh.
LeRon, you are the problem that Stephanie is describing.
No. Speaking of things though, like I saw something on it was either YouTube or TikTok where a couple of music producers used Chat GPT. They gave it some parameters. I think one of them was like like sounds like Ariana Grande, has like this type of rhythm, has like this type of vibe and stuff, and they made and the thing pumped out a song that basically would. If you didn't know any better watching them, you would have been like, "Is this the new Ariana Grande single?" Like, I mean, it was crazy. Like, none of the lyrics was stuff that. Well, I'm not a big Ariana Grande fan, but I know her popular stuff, and none of the lyrics I heard in that snippet were from any other song that she had done that I'd heard and stuff like that. So, it was wild. It was entertaining though, and like that's part is fascinating. Like I'm one of those people that I'm just stupid enough to get us to the point where we have Skynet, but I also know that we cannot get Skynet.
Listen,
Yeah,
I will be okay with
I think I am the problem. I think I am the problem.
I will be okay with Chat GPT once the people who invent this kind of shit invent stuff to help people in third world countries, to help people
Mhm.
who are starving, to help people who are dying of cancer that don't have a cure. We are
Oh my
clearly
God.
wasting our time. See, so I don't know why I was in such a good mood earlier. Now I'm like grumpy. I'm like, you know what? Fuck this shit. I'm gonna stop. I'm sorry.
I want to find ways to have Chat GPT help me learn a different language. I would love to learn Spanish.
Yeah.
See. The problem is, I'm the dreamer. Just like how I was like, yeah, like I really hope there's benevolent alien life out there. And Stephanie was like, fuck no, they're all gonna fucking kill us. I'm also like, man, like AI is the best fucking thing that can happen to us. And Stephanie was like, this is how we get the Terminator, dumbass.
Yeah, it's all right. I still love you, LeRon. I don't. I will be that
I've always
old
been
lady.
optimistic.
I will be that grumpy old lady that hates everybody and needs to have Nikolai come over the house to like help me send a text message, however text messages are sent in like 30 years.
Oh man. Good times. Good times. Anyway.
We're waiting on me.
I mean, I don't know. Are we?
I think we're done. I think we're done. Any final thoughts for tonight's episode, guys? Stephanie's like, we're all gonna fucking die.
Look, I think the last couple of weeks have just been like the best episodes we've had in a long time, and you know.
Great. We just need to pick topics that get me outraged.
Yeah. We need to pick Stephanie outrage topics, aliens, and I don't know. Stephanie, what topics outrage you for next week?
I'm gonna keep those to myself.
She's like, you're gonna have to stumble into them.
I don't know, but you guys are starting to know me really well, and the fact that you guys have picked two great topics for tonight, I'm sure you'll nail it next week as well.
Yeah. Good times.
All right. Well,
starting to cough.
Yeah, which means that's going to do it for us in this edition of Boss Rush After Dark. Corey, Stephanie, it's always a pleasure doing this with you guys. Like it's always fun. It's always entertaining.
I know this is the only reason why I love Wednesdays.
Yeah. Like I said earlier, check the show notes. You'll be able to find everything you need to know on how to get in contact with each and every one of us, as well as Boss Rush, the bossrush.net proper and all that stuff. Do not forget, we're always here. We're always here recording this stuff on Wednesdays, just so like you guys on Patreon can get it early and things like that. And by the way, like we love you. We really appreciate the fact that you allow us to have a platform to entertain you, to educate you. Even though we're not technically educators, but give life insights and stuff like that. Like it's all good. We love doing it for you guys. But on that note, we're gonna go ahead and get out of here for tonight. We want to thank you all for listening and tuning into Boss Rush After Dark. Of course, being the only alternative place where we talk about the stuff in this show that the other anchor shows, you're not going to hear it.
Right. And you know what? Network. Hit us up on our social medias and tell us if aliens were to visit us, what do you think they would do?
Yes, tell us about aliens. Tell us if you are an alien.
I guarantee you we're going to see comments. LeRon's so stupid, he's going to get anal probed by every one of them. I guarantee you.
Remember the first South Park episode was about anal probes?
All right, everyone.
Good night.
We're signing off. Have a good night.